Okay, so I want to talk about managing triggers and conversations as a domestic violence survivor. There should come a point in your healing journey where you begin to recognize that constantly talking about the trauma is very heavy for your friends and family. Very heavy. And you should come to a point in your healing journey where the conversation dies down. Now, I do feel like domestic violence survivors are very selfish. Now, I don't mean that as a derogatory term or to say it as a negative connotation, because I do believe that selfishness or self centeredness is a very integral part of the healing journey and to getting you to where you're able to manage things a lot better. For example, when somebody is physically hurt, and of course we know in DV you could be physically hurt, but for the sake of this, I'm talking about, representing more of emotional. But when you are physically hurt to the point where you need people to wait on you hand and foot, you need people to help you walk, you need people to help you do basic daily activities, right? Well, there comes a point in your healing journey to where you can wean off of those people and you can be more independent and be more in control of your own healing journey. That part is what I'm talking about when I mean selfishness, right? I think it becomes a derogatory term when you're stuck in that phase of your healing journey and you begin to turn on your support system for feeling overwhelmed and for feeling heavy because it's been like, what, 3 years that they've been supporting you and listening to your same stories about what you've been through. So there should come a point in your healing journey where you begin to manage your conversations. And when I say that, I mean manage how often you bring up your traumas. Manage or be more intentional about having conversations that don't center around your trauma, your traumatic experiences, or your partner. Being more intentional about checking in on your friends and seeing how they're doing without you being the center of the conversation. Being more intentional about having fun and lighthearted conversations. Because lighthearted conversations, it really soothes your nervous system and it helps propel you further along in your healing journey. Which brings me to managing triggers. We should not, at a certain point in our healing journey, we should not continue to rely on people to have to tiptoe around us because X, Y, and Z triggers us. I believe that there are certain triggers that we should expect people to be sensitive about, but there are certain triggers that I feel like you should be able to handle that on your own as opposed to constantly being mad that this person knows what happened to you, so they should be responsible of watching what they say or do, etc., etc. For example, for a long time when I got out of, my, living with this person, some of my married people, like, they would talk about situations with their husbands, and it would be funny, and I would have a story that related to that, but my stories don't age well. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but listening to them like bounce off each other, like, yeah, that was a very strong trigger for me, and I would have to almost fight back tears because I'm just like, I can't even participate in the stories because my story is aged like milk. Like, oh yeah, my blah 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 did that too. Didn't age well. And so it's like, it hurt deeply, but I knew that I shouldn't have this entitled attitude to tell them, yeah, can we not talk about, like, husbands, because I'm getting sad. You know what I mean? Like, it should be something that, okay, this is my experience, this is my trigger, note it, and then work on it. I also feel like we should get in a certain point of our healing journey to where we're not always having to avoid things that trigger us. I feel like some triggers should be able to die down with time and even be eliminated. For example, going certain places that your DV perpetrator ruined. Like, yes, in the beginning stages, if it's necessary, avoid those places. However, you should begin to purposely go to these places and create new and better memories so that these places will no longer trigger you. And so that when you go to these places, you can kind of flip the narrative of, oh, I remember this happy memory that happened there. So just, I guess, the overall message is being intentional and being self-aware of how heavy your stories and experiences could affect your support system. Because you don't want to wear down your support system. You want to be able to effectively use your support system and also be there for your support system. So don't have your selfish stage of healing stretch out longer than what it needs to be, is basically what I'm saying. So, good luck in your healing journey. I love, love, love those people who have been willing and are willing to listen to you and to even that's not your man, and not in front of him, but to you. Like, he just like, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, girl, child, I got a friend who she would just guess this dude out while we on the phone. Not to him personally. Child, when I tell you about how healing that is, it's like, oh, he just a boop, 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 boop. Oh, it's just so healing, and it like soothes my nervous system, and it's validation, because it's like, you know what, girl, yeah, because unfortunately, well, I guess, it was directed to the wrong person, but I was just real loyal to a T. So, I would never say anything bad about him like that. And so just to hear and accept a friend saying things about him that are true, it's just like, oh, that is what this person, girl, go off. I'm touching and agreeing. I am touching and agreeing, okay? So, all in all, take care of your support system, because your support system takes care of you.